If you're about to start a business in Nigeria, I have some good information that you need to know about. You see, most businesses don't fail in Nigeria because the economy is bad. They fail because the founders never understood Nigerians in the first place. If you think Nigeria is just a place where you bring a product and sell it, you've already lost. Nigeria does not respond to product first. It responds to culture. This is where many smart people get it wrong. They come in with good ideas, solid plans, sometimes even money. But they try to run Nigeria like it's a spreadsheet. And Nigeria doesn't work that way. You don't understand this country from an office. You understand it by listening across states, communities, and everyday life. Because Nigerians don't just buy what works. They buy what means something. Religion, for example, isn't a lifestyle. It is infrastructure. It shapes trust, decision, and belief. Hope works the same way. In a country where life is hard, hope is fuel. Nigerians buy into what promised tomorrow, not just what fixes today. Money also behaves differently here. Income is communal. One person earning often carry an entire household. That's why Nigerians gravitate towards things that create income, protect value, and provide financial safety. A motorcycle isn't just transportation, it is dignity, survival, and opportunity. Then there's entertainment. Gists, music, film, and pop culture are not just distractions. They are how Nigerians cope, connect, and stay sane. If your idea doesn't live where people laugh, argue, dream, and escape, it will struggle to stay relevant. Pride also matters. Identity matters. From fashion to fragrance, Nigerians don't just buy function. They buy confidence, status, and self-expression. And no matter how big your advertising budget is and the billboard that you use, community will always beat marketing. People trust people, their mechanics, their pastors, their union leaders, their friends. Authority and credibility move market faster than money. Add urgency, momentum, and fear of missing out, and things spread fast. Because underneath it all is hustle. Ambition in Nigeria is not optional, it is survival. So the question isn't whether Nigeria is hard. The real question is whether most founders are actually prepared to understand Nigerians, or they just want Nigerians to understand their product.
I have an attitude, and it says when it comes to the Nigerian market, overthinking is a disability. And I've seen a couple of businesses adopt that path, and they're doing well. But it has its limitations. So how do you balance the two, where you think too much, you get into the market, and it's a different ballgame. And then you jump in, and you're learning, you're unlearning, and relearning, and making progress. You understand? So, yeah, I love the part where, is there fun in it? Are you able to build community and then leverage that community to sell, whether it's service, whether it's products? You know, so good one. I hope the meat in this monologue comes out very clear. I'm still rethinking. I'm hoping that I can stop thinking too much. That has been a problem for me. Yeah. I've been involved in one or two businesses.
We know.
I know, we know. So I was like, right, are you talking to me? Talk to me. Talk to me if you want to talk to me. But good one. Well
Thank you.
I love that you contrasted marketing and community because Nigerians are communal people. And I'm just going to, go into what I wrote, because marketing really works without community in Nigeria. By community, we mean that trust is scarce in Nigeria. So whatever creates trust, whether a WhatsApp group, a church group, a mosque group, communities is where you sell indeed in Nigeria, because marketing creates awareness, but community That's where the
purchase,
trust
yeah. That's where
is.
sales happen.
Yes, so marketing opens the door in Nigeria, but community is what invites people inside and keeps them seated. So if you're starting business in Nigeria, you better listen to Bright. Again, marketing signals legitimacy. Right, we already know you're legit, right? But community is what drives adoption and loyalty. And that's where the Nigerian market is. The moment you can break through into the adoption of that product or brand and get the loyalty, come on now.
That's it.
Just following from what Funke said, you don't understand this country from an office.
That's right.
You understand it by listening across states, communities, and everyday life. Because Nigerians don't just buy what works, they buy what means something. And I have an example. The early parts of my career, I spent it in Port Harcourt. And while I was there, I was in charge of operations in the southeast of my organization. And there was a particular product, it's a malt drink. I don't want to mention the name, but once I start talking about it, you probably know what the drink is. And it was distributed all over Nigeria, but it had the highest sales in the southeast. And for whatever reason, people didn't understand. Why was it that this drink was more popular in the southeast than it was all over the country? So we did some kind of market research, and guess what? It came down to the bottle head. The bottle head is red. And it symbolizes for the people that when you're having special occasion, you'd use that because it represents something that's a high value and all that. And we communicated this to the people, in Lagos, because the factory was in Lagos and all that. We said, whatever you want to do with that brand, don't change the head.
Don't touch the head.
Whatever. And all that they did. And today, nobody talks about that product again.
Wow.
So that's one of the things that we have to realize, that it's not about
Emotional attachment.
Some of this Harvard-based
it's the meaning making.
In Nigeria, you need to understand the people.
Nigerians don't just buy function; they buy confidence, status, and self-expression. Maybe we should add they also buy "I pass my neighbor." Makes them feel good. But I feel like this advocacy or monologue is very multifaceted.
Yeah.
And like you said, it's something that needs to be broken down, like further. Maybe they need to come and contact you for that. Because also, I work in marketing. I work in marketing, so everything you have said is spot on, really. And even when you think you need to be able to connect to those that are more connected to your target audience. The fact that XYZ works for XYZ company doesn't necessarily mean it will work for you. It depends on the kind of product you're selling, what value that product will bring to your target audience, and what then happens. But even taking it broad, right, in terms of when you see international businesses that want to come into Nigeria for Africa, when you engage with them, they want to take the same playbook that has probably worked in China, in US, and say, oh, let's do the same thing here, right? I will tell them, it can't work this way. In fact, there was one at the time when we were still getting, blockchain was a very big buzz and Web3 and all, and they came in, and the goal was they wanted to reach those who are not already in blockchain, right? And if you're in that space, you know that they have a social networking chat platform that they're very conversant with. But if the goal is to reach those who are not in that community, then you have to go to where they are to speak to them. There is no type of English we do not speak. We need to use the communication tool that they are using. Say, no, let's use the one we are using. This is what we are connected to in where we are coming from. But we're not talking to the people that are where you're coming from. We need to talk to people that are where you want to be, right? And even in Nigeria, Africa as a whole, you cannot take the same marketing strategy from Lagos to go and dump it in Kano.
That's why they say culture will always eat strategy for lunch.
Absolutely.
Buying and selling is the language of relationship, of getting to know your markets so that you can provide what they truly need.
And talking about relationship, we're surely dealing with a dysfunctional relationship when it comes to medical service providers, where the patient has become the prey.